The stock market has crashed hard from its all-time highs in what seems to be, a month? Maybe a month and a half. It has just come down off of its peak, I think 35%, maybe even more, depending on what day you look at it. Today, I want to talk about real estate. My name's Aaron Impens, and I'm going to tell you why real estate is a safer, more stable, more consistent investment. After watching the stock market do what it did over the last month and what it may continue to do, it solidifies to me why I invest so much in real estate. If you don't pay attention to the stock market, it was at an all-time high about a month and a half ago. It had never been any higher ever, and obviously the times we're in right now has triggered quite the crash, quite the recession, the pullback on the stock market. It's dropped at least 35% of its value. The stock market is not a tangible asset. It's something that is, again, not tangible, as simple as that. It's not something that you can feel, you can hold, you can have, and you can buy and sell it, but it can be very volatile for that reason, because it's intangible, in my opinion. So watching the value go from an all-time high down to 35% less, if you had $1 million account, you just lost 350 grand in a month. I don't know about you guys, but that's not something that I want to sign up for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have some investments in the stock market because I think it's good to be a little diversified. But I'm here to talk to you about real estate, okay? I've got a $9 million portfolio of real estate, which isn't huge by any means, but I can tell you what it's worth right now today is $9 million, whereas your stock market that you started at $1 million is only worth 600,000 or 650. Real estate is going to be something that is going to be what I call a steady Eddie. Okay, I invest in markets that aren't volatile either. So some people may say, well, Aaron, I saw some properties in California or in Phoenix that were worth 300 grand, and then all of a sudden in the 2008 crash they were selling for 75,000. I'm like, hey, absolutely, you're right, you did see that, but the markets that I invest in and that I encourage you guys to invest in are very steady. Where instead of seeing that 40% decrease in price or more, you're going to see a 7% decrease in price in a crash like, say, the 2008 crash, or for all I know, maybe even coming up soon in this current recession. Again, I don't have a crystal ball and can't predict this, but if the past tells us anything, real estate is predictable. It's always going to have some value. People are always going to need a place to live. It's tangible. It's something physical that you have that you can buy and sell and trade with people. It's something that isn't nearly as volatile as the stock market. I look at my real estate portfolio and people ask me right now, they're like, aren't you worried about a crash coming? I'm like, hey, we're already in a crash, okay? That's happening. It's here. Don't worry about it. If you're wondering when it's going to happen, it's now. It's happening, okay? Whether or not that means that my real estate portfolio is going to go from $9 million down to $3 million, I don't think so. It may lose some value. The value of real estate may go down a little bit here in the near future, but again, if you're in a market that is very steady like the one I'm in, you're going to ride out that 7% dip and you're going to be coming back out. Whereas opposed to the stock market, you now have to wait for that other people to invest, you have to invest, everything has to come back out, and you're at a 35% dip. That's a long ways to go versus a 7% dip. Hey, we're not very far off. We're not very far off. So I'm just here to share a little bit of knowledge, share a little bit of what I do and what I look at and why I invest in real estate. I encourage you guys to invest in real estate too. People may say, well, when should I get in? Now is the time to get in. If you weren't getting in a month ago or even yesterday, now is the time. There's never a bad time, and it's because of the fact that it's predictable. If you're investing in the correct market, it's steady, It's something that you can reproduce over and over and over again and have predictable long-term value growth, wealth growth as well. So I hope this helps. I hope it's some encouragement along the way. I don't want to turn this into a I hate the stock market kind of a video, because again, like I said, I invest in the stock market as well too. But real estate is my preferred. It's steady, it's predictable. Get involved. You guys, again, I know I've said this like twice now already, but I hope it helps. If you've got any questions for me in regards to real estate as to how to get involved or what to buy or where to buy, make sure and get with me. Leave me some comments. I'll reach out to you. We can talk about it. I'd be glad to help. So again, we'll see you guys next time.